It's now 5 p.m. We'll open the Code Enforcement Board meeting. Has everyone had a chance to review the April 7, 2016 minutes?
Yep.
I'll entertain a motion for approval.
Motion for approval.
Okay.
I second. Okay, Teresa seconded.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Has everyone had a chance to review the worksheet? Now,
Some of
the long one
it. Right, I'm gonna find it.
at the back.
Let me just take my paper clip off and get a little bit organized.
As you can see, it went down considerably.
Yes, I'm proud, Kathy.
Is there a difference in colors? Is there supposed to be, I mean,
Look at the top, mowing
oh, I'm
lane.
sorry.
At the top, property
okay. They're
lane.
categorized that way.
At the
Okay,
top,
thank you.
Kathy's on top of it.
Yes, she is.
Sure is. She's the best thing that could have ever happened to the mayor.
Okay. I didn't get to ride around to look at anything.
Well, this is a major improvement on the complaints because the complaints, I had almost 60 complaints. And in the last 2 days, Steve has gone through taking pictures and all those, I mean, we've cut it down tremendously just on the complaints. The mowing lanes, we'll start seeing mowing lanes go up now that it's grass season. And the property lanes, when we get to that phase, you'll see what we got to do on those. And then HRB, the only HRB issue I have right now is the Nelson County Black Arts Council. Everything else is moving right along.
Great.
And 31 East Food Mart, if anybody knows on 3rd Street, their
Different.
awning is done, their sign is done.
We noticed. We noticed. Good job. And they're working on trying to get this, the HRB.
Yes, they have an advisory approval for a grant that will be coming up in June. And so Kelly Harrison is working with Rashay on that, and they're doing fundraisers too, and they have started work on some of it. Restorations has started doing some work on that.
Well,
But everything
good.
has to be, go through Rashay.
Well, good. Because I hate for them to lose that building. That's been a good thing. Okay, are we supposed to ask any questions about our worksheet?
If you
Or are we
haven't,
just reviewing it?
if you haven't,
Like I say, I didn't ride around, so y'all are gonna get off easy this month.
Seems like everybody is cooperating, except a few. No responses.
yeah, and I issued citations to
They
them.
issued citations, exactly.
And how much have you collected?
As of today, $612.50.
That's better than what we used to not have. The ones we did last time, are we gonna talk about old business, or we just, or are any of the ones that we looked at on the list 2 months ago?
No, they were all taken care of. They either resolved their issues or they came in and paid their fine.
What about the motel?
The motel, they have it till September 1st. They went and got their permit from Planning and Zoning
Okay.
to do 26 units. And so all that has to go through Planning and Zoning, and then Logan Spalding is on top of it, and I've been back and forth with Logan and Mr. Hung at the motel. They have started work. They're waiting on electrical to come in. They'll have to pass state electrical inspection. And then I did explain to him that he would have to get with the state health board because he has to pass that before they can even go forward. And if he does not pass that and he has no more money, then we will go in and condemn the raise.
Okay, and then what about our Wilson Motel?
Wilson Motel, we cannot touch that because that is in the historical district. That is on the registry.
Okay.
So Rashay is,
Addressing that.
Addressing
And I
that.
realize they've gone through
Yeah.
a lot of family
yeah.
problems.
So, and I'll see if I can get an update from Rashay on
Okay.
where that stands. So,
Okay. All right.
All right, on down on the agenda, on the listed properties under property liens. There are 6 of them. In the last column,
On your worksheet,
and we have to give our approval for
final order.
final order on those 6 properties.
And the way Tim explained that to me was you have to give them their due process. So it comes before the board, even though we meet every other month, it comes before the board. And once you give that final order, then he will issue the property lien, and there's like a 30 to 45 day waiting period
I am so sorry.
when all that transpires, okay?
5 minutes.
What did we do before that?
I don't know how we live without phones.
My husband would like to know.
So, and just so you know, on the top one there,
Yeah.
211 large,
Mhm.
the tenant was one of the ones that paid the $287.50. So she paid what her fine was plus filing fee and also interest, okay?
You talking about this top one, 452?
Uh-huh,
She did, even though it's a rental.
yes, because we'll go after the tenant and the landlord. And so the landlord has not responded, so Tim Butler has that, and he'll be proceeding right on with the property liens. Because I have another one.
Okay.
The 111 Grundy is also part of the 211 landlord. That's
Okay.
gonna get one, a property lien attached to that too. And the fine will go after the tenant and the landlord.
He found out he owned it. What do you mean? He didn't know he owned it?
No, he realized he owned it, so, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so all I need you all to do is issue your final order on the ones that you have individual sheets on. I just have to have that to turn around and give back to the city attorney.
And you all had no correspondence whatsoever with Mr. Cotter?
No, he called and told the code enforcement officer that he was out of town, that he would come up the following week. I think that was like the week of 3/28, somewhere around that time frame. Well, he came into City Hall, but he didn't come into City Hall to meet up with code enforcement. So we have not heard anything, so we're proceeding on.
Well, then I make a motion. Is that what we need? I make a motion that we follow through on these 6 properties.
Okay, need a second.
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye. This just breaks my heart to do this, but we can have to take care of it.
Madam Chairman, may I ask a question?
Yes.
When you say on these citations, you go after the renter and the owner? So if the renter pays, does the owner have to pay?
Yes,
How
yes.
does that work?
Well, because in particular, this first one is 211 large, it was accumulation of rubbish and garbage on the front and the back of the house.
Caused by the tenant?
Yes, and so when the tenant won't do what they need to do, then we force the landlord to come in and say, hey, you need to get this cleaned up.
Right.
So,
Okay.
and I've had conversations with both of them. He assured me he'd get it done, nothing was ever done, and we went back and forth, several conversations, nothing got done, so I sent the citation out, and she finally approached me, the tenant did. And she is now trying to pay the landlord's portion of it, but I don't discuss with her what that cost is to the landlord. He has got to contact me,
Oh,
so.
Okay. Look at the format of the agenda. Do you have any questions about that?
Citations collected, and you're saying we've already done that, and
I have
We're down to 5.
a lot of these type meetings, there's usually a spot open to the public where they get to say something. You know?
No, simply because with code enforcement, when we send out those letters, whether it's a property maintenance issue, you have 30 days to respond back to us. If you cannot respond in that 30 days, sorry, I'm gonna send a citation.
Well-
We allow you enough time when we send that letter out for whatever violation that you have to make contact with the code enforcement officer. And if you don't make contact with them,
Okay.
sorry.
Well, suppose it's just someone from the public that wants to ask a question. No? Okay.
No, and the only time that you'll get the citizen feedback is when we have a hearing.
Okay.
Or if Jim puts something on the internet,
Or then too,
social media.
I think having the public here at our meetings is distraction, and it also violates HIPAA, because it's a lot of names, different people's names, and
Well, all this becomes public
This
record.
is all public record.
This all becomes
Yeah.
public
And
record.
he's got a camera going, Teresa, so
But
it doesn't matter, it's
yeah.
news
Yeah.
media.
The
Okay.
issue behind it is that, this is just a board that meets to discuss certain locations within town that are in violation of city ordinances that we cover.
Okay.
So it's, it's about us to discuss it, decide what our next step will be. They have the time when they get the letter to respond back to us. If I need 10 more days, which I do get a lot of people when I send out property maintenance, if they've got broken windows or something, they'll call me and say, hey, I've got somebody coming, it's going to be about 10 more days. Can I have 2 weeks? No problem, 2 weeks. But for those that don't respond to us,
There's no need in them coming here to
No.
us. Right.
but with the letters that go out, they have anywhere from 10 to 30 days. And if they can't get it taken care of or respond back to us within that time frame, then we are past that point. We're
And
moving
we'll
to
see
the
them at the
citation.
hearing, right.
You have 7 days, once you receive that citation, to request a hearing or come in and pay the fine. And then if you don't do it, then we go to the next step, which is the final order for property lien.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing else about the agendas?
No, I think that's great.
Yeah, I do too.
It tells us exactly what's going on.
Okay. Is there any new business?
Like I say, whatever I had, I didn't write down and,
And
I
we're
don't
working on
remember
what
it.
you had requested from
Okay.
us, so we're working on it.
right, they're working on that. And
I did put this in your all's packet in reference to bulky item pickup, that type of thing.
yes, and that explains it very well.
Okay.
Now, has that ever been put in the paper, Kathy, or on
Not to
the cassette?
No, I don't think so, but
Anything like that?
it actually went out in the original, when we send out our mailers for your utility bills, they put this in there when it
Okay.
comes time for fall pickup, that type of thing. And we also have it posted in City Hall.
Okay.
And if somebody needs it emailed, I can email it, but I might see if we go on and put it on, maybe on our city Facebook page and city.
Something like that, so
Okay.
people can't say they don't know.
Okay. Okay, I'll take care of that.
Thank you, Kathy.
You're welcome.
There was something else, Madam Chair, if I may ask. I didn't get on the road.
Here you go.
What about, I had mentioned in the meeting, and you all had told me that Kathy was taking care of it. I had spoken with you about it. The basketball rims out in the street, I'm afraid some children might get hurt playing ball like that. And I know you said Steve had gone around.
Yeah, and he red tags them, and then we move them off the street.
Okay.
And then what'll happen is, if they don't move it immediately, then we'll take possession of it.
Okay, because I know that he went around, but they're back out again.
Yeah, it's, kids are out of school, so.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have him check that.
Yeah, please do.
Anything else, new business?
No, not my knowledge.
Was there anything in old business you wanted to discuss?
No, because she's pretty much, she told us she's taking care of the ones
Everything.
we had 2 months ago, and the rest of them that weren't taken care of are on here.
Well, I'll
So do
say
you?
this, Kathy is very organized. This is all,
Yeah.
it's all here and it's all.
It's all in
order
black and white.
Yeah, you do a good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Team effort.
Yes.
We're lucky to have her.
Okay.
So is the mayor.
Anything else, old business? Nothing?
No, it looks like we've got it all taken care of. Aren't you gonna love it today?
Yes.
Next meeting is August the 4th.
Yeah.
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion that we
Second.
adjourn the meeting.
Okay. Teresa and Jim.
Amen. Okay.
Nobody's opposed, are they?
No.
Okay. August 4th.
Short and sweet.